Not sure how to start a YouTube channel? Well, we'll tell you how we did it. I'm Derick.
And I'm Greggory.
And we are
D&G Explorers. D&G Explorers is about us traveling the world and our adventures and experiences and being able to share it with everybody that wants to watch our videos and experience what we're going through as well.
So we wanted to try something a little bit different. So we wanted to try about learning to vlog, because when we were learning to figure out what it took to put a channel on YouTube, there wasn't a whole lot out there for people to actually find a video on. So we're going to talk about what it took for us to do it, the different steps. And we're not really sure how many videos we're going to be doing of this. I think a lot of this will depend on the interaction we get from you guys, the questions you have. Our whole purpose of vlogging is to vlog on basically a low budget. We're going to show you what we have later in this vlog, what we use to film. We don't have a lot of high-tech equipment, and we're learning to vlog on a low budget. So even though we talk about that we are filming on a low budget, that's not our long-term goal. We want to grow the channel. We want to add equipment as we go along. But we want to show that we can, and you can, actually film with bare necessities, because there's a lot of good equipment out there, and Greg's laughs. But there's there's a lot of good equipment out there that you can use that you might not even realize that you have it with the resources that you currently have. We looked at what we have, and we realized we could vlog with the equipment that we have. So,
which is just our iPhone and a tripod sometimes, and a smooth, I think, or smooth is what it was called.
Well, we'll show that a little bit later. We'll show all the different setups that we have with it. But our long-term goal is to add on, so maybe even use a camera. Definitely this coming year, we're probably going to be looking at getting a computer. So we are looking to add on, but we're just starting. This is going to be our 18th video that we're posting with this one. We started vlogging in early October in terms of what we started posting. So we're growing, and it'll take a little bit of time, but we will have an interest in adding on as we go along.
So the first thing we did was we made our YouTube channel on July 23rd, 2017. So it's hard to think that we've had this for almost a year now, and we've done so much with it.
Well, one of the things that you can do is link it to your, if you already have an existing YouTube account, you can link it to that, which is what I did to mine. And then I was able to give Greggory access to it, so he can edit videos. He can do basically anything that I can do with access to it.
So one thing you have to do is you have to do this on a computer. You can't do this on an iPhone or an iPad.
Yeah, it won't give you any access to do that. And that's also going to be the same for Facebook. Facebook was actually the second thing we did. So we did that on, what date was that?
We did it on 8/10/17, so that was almost a month after YouTube.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
So almost a year coming up also this summer.
And we were still debating if we were going to be doing a vlog. So we created the YouTube account, and then we then decided if we were going to do it or not. We decided we were going to do it, and then we did the Facebook one on there too. Now, do you remember part of the issue that we had?
With Facebook?
Yes.
No.
So it's easy to change your name on YouTube. So I looked up the original name that we were going to have for this page. I won't say what it was, but it did have Explorers in it. And it was available. I looked at, there was no videos with that name on there. And then we went, after we had already put our name on there, we went and created the page on Facebook. However, there's already a page with that on there. So lessons to be learned: before you start your YouTube channel, make sure that name is both available on Facebook and YouTube. We did change it a little bit, and it actually, I like our name better now, because it's about us.
Yeah, we kind of made it our own with a little magnifying glass and everything.
So a little magnifying glass. So D for Derick, G for Greg, and Explorers, and you guys are the Explorers with us. So I actually like the way that we changed it before. It also covers a lot of the things we do, because we're not just doing Disney vlogs, we're doing a lot of other vlogs. So far we've gone to Tintagel, where King Arthur's castle is rumored to be. We went to the Harry Potter studios where they filmed it. So it's not just a Disney vlog, so I'm actually glad the way we have our name on it.
It's different things that we've gone through, and you can see all that on our YouTube channel.
And the key is, though, is make sure you check to see if the name is available, because it's harder to delete a YouTube or a Facebook page than it is a YouTube, because we've changed our names on YouTube, but we couldn't change it on Facebook.
So we started doing 3 days per week posts on our Facebook, and in between that, if we see things that we think are interesting, we'll just go ahead and post them on our page as well, just random fun stuff.
So why did we do that?
To keep consistency and to just give more things for people to look at.
Well, the big reason for us is it was early August, and we were going to go on a big trip to Disneyland Paris in England, and we really didn't have a whole lot filmed, and we knew once we were gone for that period of 2 weeks, it was going to mess us up in terms of being able to get videos out. Now, they always talk about on YouTube being consistent, so whether you post every 2 weeks, every day, we decided that we were going to vlog every single day that we had, every single week. That would be a nightmare to do it every day.
3 days a week.
So, but that's vlogging. So we really didn't have anything, we didn't want to release anything until we got back with our vlogs. But we wanted to get our names out there. We're using Facebook as our extra link out there to get our name out there. So we decided to do
3 posts a week.
3 posts. So the posts are?
Sunday is food for thought about foods we might have liked during our adventures. And then Wednesday is things that make you go, And then Fridays are flashback Fridays. So it's just, random fun things. And then even throughout the week, if we see a post for Disney or something that we think is informative or fun, I've just posted things just because I thought it was cool and I thought people might like it. So that's what we do.
We both have access to that too, so we can post on the Facebook page. The Facebook page is actually linked to mine. Now, the one thing I tried to do was set up the name under D&G Explorers. Well, Facebook won't let you do that. Facebook, it has to have a name. So I was trying to get sneaky. I tried to stutter it with my name and then change it to D&G. It wouldn't do it. And then I realized you had to do it on the computer. There is a link down on there for when you're on the computer to actually add a page, which is what it shows. I think it shows us as being a blogger. But you do that through the homepage of Facebook. So that is also another key thing with Facebook. You hook it up through the computer on an existing account, because Facebook will only let you do it with a name. And then from there we have it through D&G Explorers.
So our first vlog that we did was an experience. We both weren't feeling too well. We were a little bit tired, but we wanted to start to get things out there. So we went to Superior Dairy on a Sunday on August 20th, 2017, and tried some ice cream, and we thought it was just, we got, I think, 1 or 2 scoops, and that was an experience, and it was fun though. Didn't you have fun with that?
It was fun, but the whole reason for that, for you guys to think about, is we knew we were going to go to Disneyland Paris and record. One, we were still in the stage of, are we able to do this?
We just kind of wanted to experiment with it a little bit and see how it was.
What did it take actually to film and get that film edited and put onto a YouTube channel? So we use that as our testing video, which we would highly recommend doing, especially if you haven't done it and you're going to go somewhere to film, because we learned some valuable lessons from that, which we'll talk about in the next video, which is the lessons to be learned. But I think that was the key, because we originally had wanted to release it as a video, and then we both didn't like how it turned out, just because of, again, we'll talk that
It was
a
still
little
fun
bit later.
but-
It was fun, but there's a lot when you're learning. It's basically practice. We decided to keep it on as being it's actually our second video release, because we are D&G Explorers is our first one. We decided to keep it on there just so people can see the growth of what we did to what we're doing now and what we're going to be doing in the future. So it's actually, besides We Are D&G Explorers, it's our #1 video that has been watched so far, which...
And that We Are D&G Explorers was released on October 14th, 2017. But we filmed it late August, so we would be able to fit that in at some point when we wanted to.
Yeah, we had that one ready to go when we came back from... So when we came back from Disneyland Paris, we could just put it right out there. One more thing that we did a lot of too, we would walk down the canal, and just to get comfortable filming in front of people.
We would practice it, and people probably looked at us like we were weird or something.
Well, and you were nervous too. You thought it was awkward, and even for me,
it's
weird. Awkward to have walking down there,
you're talking to yourself,
and people are looking at you. And so at first, when we were filming, when people got close to us, we would stop, and we would act like we're not doing anything.
But you have to get used to that.
You have to.
You kind of like go into your own little world and act like there's no one around there, even though there's tons of people around, because you're doing you're filming your own movie, and they're a bunch of extras, and you're not paying them, but they're in there anyway.
Yeah.
So
and I think that just comes with experience. The more you do it, the more comfortable you are doing it. There's been times that we tell each other, "Hey, who cares if people are watching us? Just do it. Who cares?" Because after we filmed things, we've looked back at how we filmed certain things, and we're probably our worst critics than anyone. We look at it and say, "Wow, I wish I would have done that differently." But those are
some things you can't do. It comes natural.
It's a learning.
You just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, and the more natural you are in front of the camera, it's people that you got to realize they're watching you because of your personality, and the more you do it, the more that comes out on it. So we have, again, 18 videos. This will be our 18th video, or maybe it's the 19th video. It might be the 19th video. And I'm seeing the growth in terms of so I'm excited about the other trips that we're taking next month already. When we go, we won't say where we're going, but I'm excited for those to see how much we are improved.
So our last part of this video is just showing you some of the things that we've been using to make our videos, like our iPhone here. And
so this iPhone is the 6 Plus. It's a lot older, one. We now have upgraded it. In fact, what we're vlogging on right now is the iPhone 10, X10, whatever that they're calling it. So there are some definitely advantages of that. We're still learning it, because one of the things I'm trying to figure out is the mics and where exactly all the mics are. So I've been trying to figure that out when we're vlogging, but this is what we are using. So we've been using just an iPhone. So this was the original one that we started, and most of our vlogs, we went to Vegas, and then we started using the X, right? And then the Disneyland one
too, I think.
Well, we haven't filmed with the iPad. The vlog, the Disneyland one for the holidays, we used the X2. Mm-hmm. But everything before that, yeah, and we actually haven't released the Las Vegas videos yet.
So we also use the iPad for doing editing and mixing and putting things together before we move it on to the computer.
So this is the iPad, I think it's the iPad Air. It was the first one, so it's already a few generations old, but it
still works.
Yeah,
I mean, we still use it.
But these are all the videos that I currently have some of them that we've already released, and one of them that I'm working on. But this is basically how we edit the videos. I have it set up for my phone, automatically transfers the videos over to here, but this is only 16 gigabytes? Is it?
I don't know.
32G? Is that what G is?
No,
it's 16.
That's gigabytes.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is only 16. Our iPhone, the 6, was 64. So there's not a whole lot of memory on this, so I really have to run this machine lean. A lot of it is in iCloud, so I can pull it down from the iCloud. But our new phones are 256 gigabytes, so that gives us a lot more freedom to actually store on the iPhone. We've already had some problems with when we were filming in Paris. I had to delete some stuff because of it. So just some things that we're still learning on is storage, how we can handle storage.
So we also use a tripod like we're using now. You can't really see it because we're using it.
No, but we'll insert a picture of it in here so you guys can see it. This is...
Well, we have the box right there.
There it is. We have our little Disney bag. This is what we use to travel with, and it has all of our equipment in here. But it's a Yunteng YT228. Yeah, it's a tripod.
Get any tripod you want and use it.
And the good thing is you can actually squeeze it with your hand. It's like spring loaded, so you have 3 legs and you can hold it with your hand, and you use it as a little, not like a selfie stick, but like a little pole that you can use to go around with it. So this is a tripod that we were talking about, and you can see it actually isn't spring loaded, but it pops out. But it's really good because it gives good motion. It's really sturdy. Again, I wouldn't use it on a ride, although I think we did do it on a couple of rides. But this is the tripod that we're using.
And so then we also have what's called a Smooth.
Smooth Pro.
Derek's gonna show you.
I'm going to check it up here. This actually, I think this is going to work better with the, so you hook it up like this. And with the 6 Plus, this works a lot better. But it's basically a digital stabilizer, and let's see if I can get it to come up. Here it is. So it's designed that when you move it around, it's going to keep centered. Now with this,
you're not walking at all, really.
Yeah, and we use this. We've actually only used this once. We used it on the Disney Halloween one.
At Disneyland.
At the Disneyland, yeah, and I can tell from watching the video, it's a lot smoother. Especially when you're walking into Disneyland and you're going underneath the tunnel, it's a lot smoother.
We also had that guy asking us about it too, that saw us, and you were trying to answer questions also, so it's pretty popular already.
It's a little pricey, and it took me about a month to get it, maybe a little bit longer. It was around $200, but the good thing about this is you can you have like different controls on here. There's videos out there on this. They have a few different ones, but this is, it's called the Smooth Pro. So this is what it looks like. And where it works well with the older iPhones is they don't have digital stabilizers built into it. Now the iPhone X and I think the 8 and maybe even the 7, they have the digital stabilizers. So we can use, it's more convenient to use the tripod, but we still are going to be filming with this, but at least we have the backup of the tripod. But this is probably our first big investment, because the other stuff that we've been using, we actually had. In fact, I'm not even sure when I got the tripod, and there is something else that we use too.
And this is called the Hissy camera remote.
Oops.
Basically, it's just a little button that you click. It'll link to your phone by Bluetooth, and it just allows you to do it without having to, reach over like this and touch your phone to turn it on for recording or shut it off. It also lets you do bloopers or outtakes or anything you want to do that you want to put in there.
If someone doesn't know they're filming, you can film them real
Don't get
quick.
any bright ideas. And I can see when the light's on there too, so he caught me a little bit before and I didn't know, but
this really helps with the editing portion of it, because you're not constantly getting up and then having to reposition where you are. And sometimes you'll notice that we have it
little button
in our hands, and it takes the thin battery. Is it the C or 032 or something like that? I got that through Facebook. I got that through Amazon. I had the tripod through Amazon too. So I think that was a really good investment. And again, I don't know when I bought this like 3 years ago. So why I bought it, I think I had a crazy idea to vlog back then, but I just never acted on it. So, and then we have one more thing. We haven't used this as much, but we have used it. It's the ever famous
selfie stick.
Selfie stick. So
which you cannot bring on rides.
No.
You can really only use them like at Disneyland. You can walk through the park and stuff, but then
No, you
what are you
can't.
gonna? You can't at all.
You can't use it because they,
Oh, you
when you
can't
go
bring 'em
through
in then.
security,
Oh.
you can't. You
Okay,
can't go through
well
it.
you can use it in downtown Disney and things
Yeah, I'm
like
sure
that.
you could do it through there. But there's other places. I used it when we went to the beach in England. I used it.
Yeah, it's good for things like that.
So and you can. It was funny though, the tripod. Remember, we were in Disneyland Paris on the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, and they thought it was a selfie stick, but it's not.
They were speaking French. We don't know French, and they were saying, making an announcement on it. Well, at the end of the ride, one of our cast members came up to us and was saying something to us in French, and we said, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, you have a selfie stick or something?" No, it's a tripod. And he goes, "Oh, okay." So,
you can get away with some things.
Yeah, so I guess the bottom line is you shouldn't be using it when you're on your ride in the dark at the Pirates of the Caribbean, because then they'll flag you and say, "Hey, you're using a selfie stick." So, but you can use the Smooth and the tripods in the park if you're going to use to film. You just can't use a selfie stick.
And on the rides, most rides.
And
some of them you probably don't want to use them on, but
no, because like on this, you basically just pull them off. So it's, even though it's secured, if you're on a ride, I wouldn't, especially with this because of the way it moves. But like the
especially
tripod,
like a roller coaster, you don't want to use it on that.
Yeah, I would hate for it to pop off. So one thing we did is when we weren't sure if we were going to be vlogging, we didn't want to spend all this extra money on doing something that we ended up weren't going to continue to do. And this was in our deciding times back in August. So we looked at what we had. So all the things we just showed you, we already have those. We use...
Well, most of it anyway.
For the most... Sorry, yeah.
The Smooth we didn't have.
Correct. That was an addition.
The remote we didn't have.
Actually, we did already have that one.
Okay.
But the main thing is we had the phone. We had an iPad. And with the iPad, we have the...
and a computer.
the iMovie. So iMovie is what we do the editing. Now, with the iMovie on an iPad, it's very limited. There's not a whole lot you can do. Although saying that, I'm still finding things that when I'm editing that surprises that we can actually do. And I've saved some of our videos from coming up with things that I didn't know that we could do. But we used basically what we had existing. So we didn't spend all this money buying all this stuff and then realizing this isn't what we wanted to do. So that's why we're starting on a low budget. But just something to think about. Look at what you currently have and be happy with those results, because you're just getting started. And you'll be surprised with what you have. You can get good results. Now, what works for us might not work for you. You might not have the same equipment, but you'll be surprised what is currently out there that you own that you can start a YouTube channel. But
I was just gonna tell you, when you see this video, if you want to comment on either YouTube or Facebook and ask questions, you can certainly do that. We don't know, we're not pros, we don't know a lot about it, but we can let you know what we use, or, from what you've seen. If you have any questions, we can tell you what we do and things like that. So
our next video is going to be lessons to be learned. And what Greg said, we have a Facebook channel, and it's called D&G Explorers with the and sign, as well as obviously you found us here. So we are a newer channel. We have, like I said, 19 videos. We started posting in October. Here we are now, beginning of February. So what is that? November, December, January. We're coming up on our 4th month doing videos.
And almost a year since we started everything. So
probably half a year is probably a better guess.
July and then August for the other part. So
we are a newer channel, but we learned a lot, and our next video will be lessons that we've learned. So I hope this kind of helped you in terms of, if you've never done any vlogs before, what it was for us to get started. We've had a lot of fun. great moments. We've also had some serious learnings from it. But anything else that you want to add before we break away?
Just looking forward to the new experiences that are going to be coming up and adventures and things that we have planned. So just stay tuned.
So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and then also you'll see a bell which comes up when you hit the bell. That means you'll get the videos notifications when we do release a new video. So with that, Explorers, as our phone shows low power, oh my gosh, technical difficulties. But with that, Explorers, as Walt Disney says,
We are just getting started.